it's me, Jared Zimmerman again, and we're still out here finding fast. And I basically did a show on a Ferrari 575 while I was out looking for an exotic, and that cemented it for me. I had to have one afterwards. We put this amazing exhaust on it, and I really had to do two things after that. I had to secure another one of those cars. I wanted it to be black with that mocha interior and have that exhaust. So I called Ferrari Central Florida. They're the ones that allowed me to find the owner of the first one that we did on the show, and I charged them with the task of finding me one. And they actually found a car that was nicer than the one we did on the show. Next step was put that awesome exhaust on, and now here we are. Now by exhaust, I mean the amazing artisan handmade exhaust from Italy. The only thing that's funny about it, it's handmade, but the whole thing was created on a CNC program because that's what the dude does for a living. So that equaled a perfect fit with handmade quality. Not to mention that it actually added 60 rear wheel horsepower to the car with no modifications otherwise. No tuning, none of that jazz. Just bolted on, bam. Not to mention the sound. It's pretty awesome. I wanted a Grand Tour. I wanted a 12-cylinder because the car to me is an investment. And the funny thing is, people think V8 mid-engine when they think Ferrari, and they say, everybody kept telling me, oh, this one's not like the other Ferraris, you know, it's not common. When you think Ferrari, you should think front-engine 12-cylinder. That's what Enzo was in love with. He wasn't sold on the mid-engine idea. That's why their first mid-engine car was called the Dino, and it really wasn't even accepted as a Ferrari when it was new. So there's a little bit of history for you. Front-engine 12-cylinders are actually more a Ferrari than the mid-engine V8 cars. I have one of each. I love them both, but that's just a fact. Now, if you have to learn about a 575 or a 550 from the likes of this guy, let me explain to you what it's like if you haven't driven one. First of all, let's compare it to another make just because it's a common phrase, rides like a Cadillac. This car rides better than a Cadillac, which is a big surprise because it's the epitome of luxury. So there's leather everywhere, the car's kind of portly, the sound insulation is incredible because even with this roaring loud V12 outside, I hear as much of it as I want, but it doesn't punish me. I'm always perplexed as to how they can take a coilover, a shock, and double wishbone suspension all the way around and tune it this well. So it actually rides very smooth, but obviously could just pretty much punish anything on a racetrack too. That is really, really artful. So in terms of performance, quite simply, the car does 0 to 60 basically in 4 seconds. It'll hit over 200 miles an hour and run to mid-12. Really like a 1230, so you're chopping past the 12-second mid-mark there a little bit. It's fast, but it'll do all that and handle on a racetrack, so it's kind of the best of all worlds, not to mention it's one of the most elegant things ever created. Is it rolling? My poor baby just hit 13,000. I got the moment on camera. Now it's worth like $30,000 less. Not really, but it feels like it. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. On the next Finding Fast, I'm going to take this thing to spend some time with its stablemates at the Celebration Exotic Car Festival. It's going to be good.